What's up? This is the Artist Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, Lavelle Ford. We've had a rocky couple of weeks, so I wanted to come in with you guys. And then I also wanted to say that I want to kind of figure out my days of when I'm going to be shooting. I want to mostly shoot Wednesdays and probably Sundays. So that's where you're going to get more of my content. I'm going to try to be a lot more consistent with this, guys. So bear with me. I have a lot of things going on. By the way, things that I have going on. Tap for Talk will also be coming out. So please go over to the Tap for Talk YouTube channel and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified as soon as I drop that first episode. So I've already dropped it on this platform, but I will be dropping it on the Tap for Talk and just be a little bit more switched up. So all the episodes kind of like work together in a sense. So that was pretty much my pilot, the first one I did drop on this platform. So I got a lot of good feedback for it, and then I started knocking out the rest of my clients, and it turned out to be some good footage. So I do want y'all to get that content, and it is coming to y'all. So stay tuned for that. Dropping off now. I wanted to talk on a few different things today. One thing I wanted to speak on, obviously, the big elephant in the room. We have a new president, Donald Trump. Now, I'm not here to say if I voted or who I voted for. I just want to say that this is our reality now. So let's just try to do what we can, the best we've always been, regardless of whoever was the president. You know, things don't always work in our favor all the time as well, regardless of whoever's in the presidency. But I didn't want to speak too much on it. I did want to speak to my family and friends. Do not let this wedge us farther apart from each other. If someone has a political view or their place on something, just let them have that. You know what I mean? It's just like a religion. Like, that's your own thing. Like, what you believe in or whatnot, but we can still be friends or still have the conversation. And that's what I want to be able to still do, is at least be able to have the conversation or still be cool or friends outside of this, because we need one another regardless of whoever or whatever you think it is. So that is our reality. Yes, Trump is our president. We got 4 years with this man, so let's do it. But we almost had the first woman. We almost had the first woman in office, and that would have been different, and that'd have been history. I know a lot of my friends, women, that wanted that, and I wanted that for them too as well. Like, if just to be able to see a woman in president, to be president, it kind of makes it a little bit more equal on that playing field. I feel like for a woman to say like, oh, I can be president. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same as like being the first black man to be president, Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the longest, we like, yeah, we ain't gonna be president. Like, that shit. They ain't gonna let a nigga be president, or a black man be president. And they let that man be president, and it happened. Um, so we're gonna get off of politics. Didn't want to steer too far into that. But what first? My bad. First, before I jump off, I wanted to at least show the um, the election results. So Kamala Harris, you see, she went at 229, and Trump went for 295. And I believe, like, I was up at like probably 2 o'clock at night when he still was like, I think it was like I think it was at 267. And I'm like, man, as soon as the niggas go to sleep and wake up, this is our reality. They're like, oh, it ain't no fighting this out. And like, I feel like a lot of the states were kind of iffy with what was like, I don't know, the certain states that needed, I guess, to to be for Kamala to get ahead. Those took a while, and I'm a zero in on the 2 states that I'm living in. Okay, so I'm from Wisconsin, so they voted. You see the polls. They voted for who they wanted. We got a couple little spots up in here that's like blue, but majority of them is red. And then I live in Arizona now, and we're still undecided. But as you can see, I thought I saw that Phoenix was blue before. That it was waving towards blue, but it was crazy to see that it changed later on in this morning. So I didn't see that happening, or I could be wrong, but I think that's what I saw when I first saw it. I was like, okay, what I'm saying, all right, a little bit different, but now it's looking more and more heavily Trump. But those are the 2 states that I'm in. So as you can see, that's what's going on. But now I'm jumping off of that. Enough with the news. And we're just going to go on to the next news I wanted to speak on is Thug is out. Now, he's been out for at least I want to say five to a couple, probably like a week or so. Can't recall it. I was supposed to do a podcast on it, talking about it briefly, but things happened and I wasn't able to do it. I'm here now, so we're not going to talk about what I'm not doing. We're going to talk about what we're doing right now. So today we're going to speak on it a little bit. Thug is out of prison after 2.5 years, I believe. He went in at I think they said May of 2022. So he's been there and been finally released. And I'm gonna let y'all hear the Breakfast Club. So if I'm gonna do any news, I'm normally gonna do my certain different newses that I like to have them report it, and then I kind of speak on it. So Breakfast Club is definitely one of my key spots that I love to use for that kind of content. So here's
all right, y'all. So I had teased that Young Thug was going to be released. Young Thug is free. So the jail records for Fulton County Jail, which is where he was being held, have him released as of 10/31/2024. And he had been booked in May of 2022. Now, this has been noted as one of the longest trials in Georgia state history, and it has finally come to an end yesterday. Thug and his team, along with the judge, they were able to come to an agreement on a plea deal. So originally what happened, they were trying to come up with this plea deal between Thug's team and the prosecution, but they couldn't come to a middle point. So the judge got involved and said, okay, he's going to plead no contest, and then the judge will be able to make the final decision. So what happened is, and because of that, the state recommended that Thug get a 45-year sentence. They wanted 25 years in prison and 20 years of probation. Now, originally, Thug had pleaded not guilty in 2022 when he was first arrested, but because he decided to plead guilty to certain things in this, here's what he ended up with. So he pled no contest to conspiracy to violate the RICO Act and leading a criminal street gang, and guilty to everything else. Now he is looking at a 40-year sentence, but this is how it's going to break down. So it's 15 years of probation. He got 5 years of time served. Now, if he messes up at any point on that probation, there's a backloaded 20 years that he will instantly have to serve.
20 years in prison.
Yes, 20 years. Now, the judge in court had some words for Thug, and she was basically just telling him, like, look, I'm giving you the chance to get out here, be better, be around better people, do better things. And Thug had some words to say in response to her. Let's take a listen.
I take full responsibility for my crimes or my charges. I want to say sorry to my family, my mom, my managers, my kids, really everybody that got something to do with this situation. I want to say sorry for just having so much time invested into this. I am a smart guy. I am a good guy, and I really got a good heart. I find myself in a lot of stuff because I was just nice or cool. You can't be that way when you reach a certain height because it could end bad. The choice is yours. It's up to you. I hope that you allow me to go home today and just trust me to just do the right thing and never see you again unless it's out of this type of situation. I promise you I won't ever be in this type of situation again. I've learned from my mistakes. I'm sorry. Through these last 2.5 years of my life, you are really the best thing that has happened to me because you made everything fair for me. And I just hope that you find it in your heart to allow me to go home.
Dropping the clues bombs for Young Thug. I mean,
Man.
you hear the brother holding himself responsible.
Okay, before Charlemagne go, he do sound like sincere, and if he did all of the crimes that he definitely they have, which he didn't agree to all of them, but he pleaded to some. But some of the ones that was, definitely he would have to be in jail. But I guess this man has been able to figure it out, and the judge was lenient and went in his favor, and the man is released. And I'm just happy the man is able to come out, make music, and be with his family. Because, man, 2 years out of the 2.5 years out of just regular, just scheduled television for us is crazy. And like, I've never been to prison, and I can only imagine just like being stuck in one place and not having to be able to like move. Like, now this ain't nothing comparing, but we had a bit of it with the pandemic of not being able to come out. They try to give it, it seemed a little bit like some martial law, but whatever. But it's not prison. And that's what I wanted to state on. But I'm gonna let my boy Charlemagne finish.
You hear the brother taking accountability. You know what I want Jeffrey to do immediately? Ask the judge if he can go away to some type of wellness retreat. Like, go get his mind and spirit right. Like,
that would be amazing.
Yes, if he has any substance abuse issues that he needs to deal with, like, go away and really, really get that help, and go do something. Go deal with that trauma that you've been experiencing the last 2.5 years to help you readjust to being back, because they want to violate you.
Yeah,
them.
And 15 years is a long time, and he has a lot of conditions that we are going to get into, and also too in the court we didn't, because his speech was kind of long, so we didn't play the whole thing. But he also apologized to his mom, his kids, and just everyone that has had to take the time to be invested in this, and let them know we will never get back here again. Mm-hmm. Now, when we talk about that 15 years release, it is very important that he follows all of the rules that the judge is giving him, because she made it very clear they're not going to take it lightly on him if he does not. There's a lot of conditions, so I'm just going to touch on a few of them. Mm-hmm. He has a certain amount of time, I believe it's like 24 to 48 hours to vacate the Metro Atlanta area, and once he vacates, he cannot be back in the Metro Atlanta area unless he is there for a wedding, a funeral, a graduation, and then his lawyer asked could they add an immediate family member's serious medical condition, because all his family, his kids are in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. He is able to come to Atlanta, but he can be there for 24 hours and must leave 24 hours after if he's having to work. The judge also asks that he does a lot of community things. She mentioned 4 times a year, each year of his probation, he must do something anti-gang like presentation, and she said that it can be a live show.
How can I do community things if I can't go to my community though?
He
allowed to go for certain things?
He can get approved for certain things. He just can't be there like hanging out.
Correct.
And of course, no contact with any of the members that were defendants in this case. No contact with any members of any street gangs. He is not allowed to, anything that can be misinterpreted as gang language, gang signs, anything. He cannot do any of that. No contact with the victims of any family or the family of any victims involved in a case. He can be around like licensed security guards with firearms, but of course now he's a convicted felon, so he can't be around. He can't have guns himself. They're going to do random drug screenings. His persons can randomly be searched, so he waived his 4th Amendment, so anytime they can pop up and conduct searches. Mm-hmm. He can travel in and out of the state and the country, because she said in court, I understand that that's what you do for work and to make your money, but there just has to be a conversation. There's going to be conditions around that.
Correct.
And I will say, I've watched a lot of trials like this, and this judge was very, very fair at this point. There was one point in time where the prosecution came in and said, it's not fair that he gets to plead no contest to the heavier weight of the charges when we've been here and the state has taken all this time. And the judge said that's not his fault, and I'm not going to make him have to do that. If he's willing to take on all these conditions and plead guilty to what he's going to plead guilty to, at this point, I think it's fair that we do that. And I will say to his judge,
what if we find out that judge got so much Young Thug on her playlist? I will say
she is an upstanding. She's the upstanding citizen. She did her thing about making it fair.
Shug has 6 kids, and I'm happy he's home to see those kids. But something that you said earlier, Charlemagne, and I was talking about last night. I wonder if Thug will be able to perform his old songs.
Oh,
because
some
of
of them
his
got
old
that
songs,
slack,
he's
the
talking the
YSL,
slang and the the quote unquote gang stuff in his
Listen,
songs. But that's how he would make his money. Like that's his catalog. He can't.
That man
He
Take
better
that, man.
he better bleep stuff out. Honestly,
probably
if
have to
I
do
was
that
him,
clean
I wouldn't
versions.
even play them games. He asked in court as well. Can he be able to work with his brother in Gunna, which was a big deal.
Oh, that Gunna apology tour gonna be so hilarious.
Make the new music. We know we can play your old songs for you. Okay, I don't even want him to.
So my thing is like that is tricky. What is the stipulations with that? Is he able to play his old music? Should he just like not play his old music and just make new music and go from there? Y'all comment in the section, the comment section, and let me know what y'all think. But me myself, I ain't trying to play around with it. You've already sat 2.5 years. Don't want to sit another damn day. You are out. Stay out. Ask the judge, what's the drill? Can I? If I can't, all right. But they should definitely let us know. Like but we'll know real soon. We'll know. If he changed it up, it's different music, then he can't play that no more. You know what I mean? So, my boy, Thugger, yeah. So, it's good. Now, on to a sadder note, they let one rapper out and they bring another rapper in. Now, this is a little bit different than Same News people, Breakfast Club, but Lil Durk is now been, and this has been going on probably like 5 to like a week. I don't know. I got those dates just switched around between Thugger being released and Lil Durk being obtained. Yeah, it was just like back to back. Like, oh yeah, we're letting him go, but we getting this guy, and yeah, so they have him for murder for hire, and it's not looking so good for my boy, because supposedly they had a guy that was that had a wire for over 2 years, so it's looking real scary for my boy Dirk. They did not, I think, they denied bail, but it kind of seemed like he was trying to like flee right before. I believe he had 2 different like flights that were like that showed up that he was about to like fly out like out of the country. So like that might have been a little risk, my brother, like that you should not have did, so you can at least slice it out. But I guess it could be that the charges or what they have is so much that we have to deny you bail, like, because you are a flight risk. That, like, I feel like they have the chips against this guy. It's going to be a different scenario than what Thug had to go through. Thug had to go through 2.5 years of this shit, and like all that to come out and finally be out and released. Dirk ain't gonna be sitting down for this ain't gonna be no 2.5 years. This is gonna be a sit down. My prayers is with this man if he did not do this. If he did do it, hey, listen, you make your bed, you sleep in it. And that's how I kind of look at it. I listen to Lil Durk music, as well as I listen to Thug music, and that goes to both of these guys. Like, if you make your bed, you have to sleep in it. If I did any crime, I know that I have to deal with the consequences, and that's the biggest thing in this world. Is like, whatever you do, you have to deal with the consequences, however they choose to lay out. But some people get railroaded, and let's not say that people don't. Like, people get railroaded and just like knocked under the rug all the time and end up pleading to certain cases that ain't got nothing to do, just because it's just something showing them like a little light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? And so some people do get wrongly accused, and that's terrible in the justice system. So let me have her speak on my boy pleading not guilty in the murder for hire allegations.
To the taxes. Now, really quick, Little Durk. So I know it seems like after the whole Little Durk, him being detained and taken into custody, it just got really quiet after that. Like, we didn't hear anything.
Correct.
So there has been an update. So TMZ released a story that Little Dirk right now is planning to plead not guilty. So there's no actual word yet of when he'll actually be taken to California to face the charges officially. The charges are murder for hire. For the background, for anyone who didn't know, he's being charged of being the funding person that paid for some of his OTF members to take to kill or try and kill, allegedly, Quando Rondo. But he is planning to plead not guilty. They say he's in great spirits. The only issue he has right now is that he hates the food in the facility that he is in, which is he's in a detention center in Miami. So,
all right,
Dirk is holding up. Just a little update there.
Okay. Well, that is just what to mess with. Lauren LaRose, when you putting your costume on?
My costume will happen after we.
Well, it's good that the man is in good spirits. Because man, I don't know how I would be able to try to stay in good spirits, or that's what you want to like at least let people know. But man, that's just chewing a motherfucker up because you don't know your fate. And at the end of the day, like that shit is real like nerve wracking. Like, and being in that place, like, and no bail, like, yeah, it's like they want to hold a nigga down, but. Going from there, we gonna now that we got what we got here, let me pull up my sheet. We got Thug being released. Dirk goes in. On to a little bit of a lighter note, we're gonna jump on to the NBA. Now, I wanted to place like two different. I wanted to have this one, this podcast thrown out, but I did want to also put my bets of the day out. But I'm not gonna be able to catch that video before the first game surface. So I'm probably just gonna go for the games that's a little bit later and have my my bets for the day go like I'm probably just gonna, which ones do I do want to speak on? Probably like a good 4 or 5. So we're gonna start. The NBA is back. So it's a beautiful thing. This is when I do get my betting in because NFL can beat my ass. I've been getting my ass beat from NFL. Really, betting is not that good like on that drill. But yeah, I do the FanDuel. My guys, all of them, they do every fucking app there is. I try to narrow it down to one. I ain't gonna lie, I got me and my brother got a ticket in that's like, well, I'm just like praying for the skies right now. But this is November 6th, Wednesday, in case y'all didn't know, in case I did not say that time and day, so y'all know what day we're in. Standings as we are in the NBA. It's terrible for real niggas, man. So we got Cavaliers. They are number 1. I did not see that. Boston being number 2, and this is in the Eastern Conference. And then everybody else kind of fall in line where they fall in line. But was the biggest shock of this whole thing, my team. If you can see right here, my team. We fucked up. We down here at the end. Bro, we fucking 1-6. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm damn near hurt. I ain't think this was gonna be it. Like, we Detroit. We what Detroit was last year. Now I just hope we turn it around. Bucks Nation, I had to speak to y'all. I don't know if the doc is the right guy for this. And maybe we overstayed. Maybe we overplayed our hands with losing a couple coaches back then. Not gonna say which ones, but it's just real sad, and I feel bad for Dame. And honestly, with Giannis, I don't know, man. I feel a little bit different with Giannis. Um, I feel like they both haven't been able to. I don't know where they were during the off season, but they wasn't in the gym together. They was in two different gyms or some shit. I don't know what the fuck the situation is, but it do not seem like any more cohesiveness than the last season. So that's what bothers me a lot. Um, yeah, we out here, we fucked up, bro. We out here real bad. That shit sucks. So going on, Pacers they sitting a little bit better, whatever. Heat doing they dizzy. But I mean, we only 2-3 weeks into the season, so like things can change. Obviously, it's just that start is terrible from what we came from and what we were last year. We were halfway through the season. I think it was like 38 and something, like 13 or something. I don't know what it was, but we were second in the standings until we changed over to Doc. Bucks. Let's figure it out, y'all. Let's go over to the Western. Thunder's doing their thing, 7-0. God damn, I didn't even notice they were 7-0. Suns doing their thing, 6-1. Warriors 6-1. My gosh, my dark horse as always, Mavericks. I fuck with the Mavericks because my boys over there, Kyrie and Luka. Luka definitely. Kyrie, come on. As long as he ain't going against us, the Bucks. Kyrie, my boy. But yeah, Lakers looking a little bit more better this year. With the addition of Bronny, they looking very, very much better. I just had to throw that one in there. I'm sorry. But Timberwolves and 7, like I said, this is 2-3 weeks in. So this shit is definitely going to be changing all through. Spurs is my original dark horse for this year. They're going to be playing a very scary, like, playoff, like, first contender, first round, like, for a team. Like, I can feel that. So, or definitely play in. So that's how I feel about the NBA right now. We looking terrible, but everybody else looking all right. This is just sad. So we got 12 games today. We got Magic versus Pacers, Pistons versus Hornets, Warriors versus Celtics, Knicks versus Hawks, Cavaliers versus Pelicans, Lakers versus Grizzlies, Spurs versus Rockets, Bulls versus Mavericks, Heat versus Suns, Thunder versus Nuggets, Raptors versus King, and 76ers versus Clippers. Now, I'm going to bet on those later games. Yeah. Because, now, I've been trying to bet with the Spurs lately, so I'm gonna really bet with them. I've been pushing a button on them. I'm gonna catch them one time. They gonna do their thing. But we definitely gonna bet on probably the Suns and Heat. I'm probably just gonna have to do because I don't want to bet like the same game parlay. I just want to like break down who I want to bet on. So I'm probably gonna be betting with Victor Wembanyama. I can't pronounce his last name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm probably gonna bet with either Durant today on the Phoenix. Nuggets is definitely hard, and Thunder's been terrible with me with the bets. I don't know if I want to. Mavericks, I don't know yet. I'm still figuring them out. Clippers, I'm a bet with probably Harden today. Fuck, man. Lakers kind of did me last time. AD with 10 rebounds. I needed that, bro. And you You just had 9. You had 5 minutes and in the fourth quarter, and you just couldn't get one more rebound. It hurt my heart. I mean, you wasn't the only person that kind of fucked up that ticket, but you definitely started the madness. So yeah, AD, way to fuck up a nigga parlay. Anyways, that's what's going on right now in the league. Like I said, I'm gonna make another one for the later games. The games that's for like 6 on down, so I can knock this out and then jump on to that podcast. Well, that little segment. Just wanted to separate them so I'm not kind of like putting them all together and then I gotta break down all the footage because right now we're already at 31 and I believe I'm halfway through everything I wanted to speak on today. Yeah, but I talked about the Bucks. Yeah, terrible. So yeah, Bucks is losing. We're 1-6. It look terrible, and then I'm gonna go from there to Packers since we're talking my sport teams. Sports team right now for the Packers. What's our standings? Let's go to that. So right now, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers since they over there. Now note, I'm still trying to figure out the conferences and everything, but it's crazy how the Jets are 3-6, and they're second in their conference, and then we're over, I believe, NFC North. We're opposite of them, 6-3, and we're third. But we have these two teams, obviously. Lions been doing their thing, and I did not know that they lost their last game or what game that was. I thought they were undefeated. So that's what we're doing right now. We got a little bit of a tougher task for us, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But Aaron Rodgers, it's looking real shaky over there, guys. Real shaky. And then y'all got Adams over there too. Y'all irritating. I want to shout out to my boy Ravens. They doing their thing, 6-3. Lamar, I'm watching these games. You're doing your thing, my boy. You're doing your thing. And my people to do it all this year again for the 3-peat. Yes, Chiefs, my boy Pat Mahomes now. They are 8-0. And that last game that they just had, like, just alone was like, Baker Mayfield, you almost got him. But it ended in overtime, and I was kind of confused on the overtime. I'm gonna speak on that, but I thought it was where both teams had to get a run. But I guess if you don't score on your first drive, then the other team gets a run. But if you do score a touchdown on that first drive, on that first your first 4 runs or whatever, you know what I mean, for that team, then the game is over. I did not know that. I'm gonna look up the rules on that, but that fucked up my parlay because they only end up winning by 6, and I had them winning by 7. I changed the odds because I thought I was doing something. I think they had them winning by 9.5, so I was like, nigga, they gonna win by 7. Had them by 7. Baker Mayfield tied it up, which made them go to OT. Flip of the coin. Pat Mahomes get the ball. They succeed, get the touchdown. Game. So that's why I said, like, my bets over there just be smashing. Like, I'd be like, and then I'll be like, It'd be something like I'd be like, what? I thought you were supposed to be able. Oh, so you can't do that? Like, you know what I mean? I'm still like learning this NFL. It's like I thought I knew it, and then they throw another rule, and they be like, game over. I'm like, what? Niggas don't get to go back, try. But I guess they don't want niggas to be just shooting off into the stands just back to back. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they make a point and then the other team makes a point, then it'd be just going on and on. And so that's their rules for right now. So that's what we're dealing with. So that's the standings for NFL right now. And we're gonna jump off of that to different news. Now, coming off of that, I wanted to speak on them boys. My boy Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffs are doing their thing. They are right now 6-2, so they're eligible for bowl. They're bowl eligible, and these boys can go to the playoffs and everything this year. So a lot of people are saying Coach of the Year be Coach Prime. I'm gonna go with it because he brought me to just the fact that the eyes that he brought to the college football. Like, he brought me to it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I wasn't watching football like that, and college football. He definitely like brought me to like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. A lot of eyes, and I love the movement. I gotta buy the shoes. I'm still gonna buy the shoes. Recognize that once I get them, I'm gonna have my reveal. Ooh, if I ain't have some savings I need to do right now, because I'm thinking about doing a little trip out of the states, I would definitely go get them. But I'm gonna wait. But Coach of the Year for sure. I'm gonna give it to my boy Prime. If he can definitely get it, that would be lovely. They 6-2, bowl eligible. So let's see what them boys can do. But we got Shedeur Sanders. This man should be Heisman in the Heisman race. At first, for a minute, they didn't kind of have him in the Heisman race. Now they're starting to see him a little bit, but like, that man is a good quarterback, and what team that he goes to, I'm just excited to see and watch that man grow into the quarterback that he become and the legacy that the Prime family extends. You got Shiloh over there. I see you, my boy. Do your thing too. They both going into the draft. So I'm looking to see all those two for sure picked high in the draft. I will see both of them in the first draft. I mean the first round, but I don't know. Also, NFL draft will be in Green Bay. Had a state that's dope. That's dope. The year that we bring in Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, Shiloh, Green Bay. Our first time having a draft that I know of in Green Bay. So this is gonna be dope. I want to be out there during that time. So during February, I gotta make sure I'm down there. Yeah, like that's around February 14th. So look forward for that. Get out there to Wisconsin if you can. I already know it's gonna be wrapped up, sold up. So let's go to that boy, that man, the myth, the one, Travis Hunter. And this man has gotten, just this year alone, 60 receptions, um, 757 yards, 8 TDs. Like, he's my Heisman like winner This man is playing on both sides of the field. And even in the last game, I think he played like 133 out of 136 snaps. That's pretty much the whole game. You got to understand what's going on. That means he's playing on both sides of the field. When he's not playing offense, he jump over to the other side to play defense. He is killing at both sides too. Surprised to see what he decide to do when he goes into the league. I'm sure they're gonna have a package for him to where he's gonna be able to do both. I know he's not. They're not gonna shut him down on one or the other side. Yeah, it's definitely good hopes for that man. I hope he definitely soar in the NFL. But right now, I got you as my Heisman winner, bro. Doing your thing. Now I wanted to jump on to back on those stats. We got Shedeur Sanders. Now this is why I think he should have been a little bit higher in the Heisman thing, just because of like, and other people are saying this, like, this man is accurate, but they saying that this is the best quarterback in the college football to date. He will be a high pick. Who he's going to? But man, I think he want to go to Vegas. I think they said something like every time the Raiders or whoever it is that loses, yeah, he says thank you God, like that's his destined, like he going. That'd be dope. But Shedeur, what we got here? Passing yard, his yards, 2,591, 21 TDs, and half of those are your boy Hunter. And then 6 interceptions. Obviously, interceptions is gonna come. This man is doing this thing. So I'm just proud of the Prime family and Colorado Buffs and college football right now, especially with the NILs. Like, these students are finally getting paid, and that's on both ends of even with NBA, all these teams now. Like, there's now that NIL is there. These kids are getting paid, and I appreciate it. I love it for them. It might change their head a little bit earlier, but I'm all for it because these colleges have made so much money off these students. Is pretty much like basically slavery in my eyes. As much money as they made off of them, like, it's nice to see them finally getting some kind of because not everybody's after college is going to the league, whatever sport that you do decide. So understand that these kids need that money, because maybe this is the time that they're able to actually put that money to something to where they set up for after them not making it to the league or whatnot. That plan B, they can have their own business plan for that. You know what I mean? So I think it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to him. My got my little brother, pretty much. My brother, my one of my good best friends, PJ, his little brother Leo, he's out there playing for basketball right now, and that's dope. And then I got my other best friend, Moody, his brother is out there playing football. So it's dope to see both of them, both in college. One playing basketball and the other one's playing football. After the year's over, I'm going to try to get them out here and try to get them on the podcast so where we can talk about it a little bit more, their year one. And I definitely want to do that with a couple other players, because I'm even tattooing a couple like soon to be NBA players too. Like, so y'all gonna see. But we got a lot of shit going on and a lot of shit coming. A lot of content wrapping out. I'm just gotta get it all together. But we made it 45 minutes and I've finished a whole episode finally. Like like now I did an episode before this and that ended up I had to trash episode before that I kind of had to trash half of it. And then the episode before then I had to trash that one. Just because different like learning curves that I'm going through, and then certain shit that I'm like, do I want to use it? Do I want to? Should I hold it for later or figure out something? And so like that's where I'm in the mix with. I like this podcast a little bit better. This one kind of laid out just how I kind of want it. I got a little bit of a layout of how I will start layering my my content so I know exactly how to, you know what I'm saying, run them one by one, just like how we smoothly just ran through this one. So I want to, like I said, start doing them on Wednesdays, dropping Wednesdays and dropping Sundays on just my weekly, you know what I'm saying, speak. And if it's something that I like during the week that I just gotta just jump in and just have my little bit of a boom breaking news. This what's going on. I do want to also do that too. So I'm going to get a lot more, and I feel like I'm tired of like stressing or saying this, and it's probably I'm just tired of hearing myself say it. But I'm definitely about to get more consistent with this content. So bear with me. I am your host, Levell Ford. This is the Artistic Perspective Podcast. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you're notified on the next. And I gotta get a catchy ass line for my episodes so I can, like, you know what I'm saying, bring it in and take it out. I got working on intro videos and all that shit. So we steady elevating. We steady elevating, steady trying to grow and to be your best. It either is news reporter, or if I'm just interviewing a friend, or if I'm just bringing just some good information for you. That's what I want to do and have this platform for. So it was nice to talk to you guys. Like, comment, please tell me what you think, and see y'all on the next one. We out.